It's just great to be on. And I thought that Joe Biden's remarks last night said it all. He made it very clear that this is a somber moment. He didn't use it as a moment to celebrate or spike the football. Instead, he talked about the crisis that our country faces. And I think he made it very clear to the American people, as he said, leaders lead. And that meant how he treated his primary opponent, my friend Senator Sanders. And it was also about how he talked about the crisis. And we need to be ahead of this, not behind it. We should be getting tents out to the cities and states that need it. We should be developing the vaccine at a rapid pace. And most of all, we should be getting tests, free tests, to everyone in America and responding to the economic challenges. That's leadership, and that's what Joe Biden is all about.
Senator, it's Dan Abrams here. You had dropped out of the race a couple weeks ago. You endorsed Joe Biden. You said it was the right time. We're hearing from the Bernie Sanders campaign now that he'll be assessing his campaign. Looking at the results from last night, you think it's time for Bernie Sanders to drop out?
That is so his decision. And Bernie, as I said, is a friend. We came into the Senate together. We've worked together on all kinds of things, including the price of pharmaceuticals, and we have some major bills on that. And I just have faith that he will make a decision when that decision is right for him. He's built a movement. He has a lot of people that strongly believe in him. And I think Joe Biden's words last night say it all. He wants to bring Bernie's people with him, but it's going to be on Bernie to make that decision at the right time for him.
Senator Klobuchar, it's Megan. First, I just want to thank you for coming on today. I have a question on here about you being Vice President Biden's BP pick. I'm sure you're not going to tell me if you are or not today, so can I ask you something else? We're in New York City right now. There's a lot of anxiety. There's only 2,000 available hospital beds in New York City and 5,000 ventilators. A lot of those ventilators are already being used for other people. We saw last night that the number of people who have contracted this virus rose by almost 400 people in just a day. What do you say to really anxious New Yorkers who maybe feel like the Trump administration has not been on top of this in the way that they should have been? And what we're doing, we're all sitting here in Midtown, and I can tell you it's very, very dystopian feeling both in this studio and out in the city.
I know, Megan, my daughter, I just talked to her last night. She's there. And I say that people have to listen to their leaders, as hard as that is right now, as Whoopi was pointing out about the different views going on. But mostly, they need help. The federal government should be helping. You think about when a hurricane comes in, you build tents. You make sure that you are prepared for it ahead of time. And a lot of that was not going on with this administration. That is behind us right now. But what is with us at this very moment is getting help that's needed in the places that are hit the hardest. And one of those places is New York City, but we're seeing it all across the country. And so what I think needs to happen is you've got to listen to the local officials. Everyone understands. We never thought we'd have Whoopi appearing on your show by Skype. Everything is changing right now, and we're going to have to adjust to it. Right. And as we adjust to it, we're going to listen to our leaders. And in different areas of the country, you're going to have different responses. And it doesn't mean it's because of politics always. It just means because it's the science and what the medical professionals are recommending. In more concentrated areas, yes, you're going to have some stricter rules because the disease can be transmitted more quickly.